My name is Craig Vigus. I'm a member of FaithWorks. We did this project about a year and a half ago, and over here you'll see a white garage, and there's an area above the garage, and we completed the whole project of rebuilding the garage and the area above the garage. This project was done for a family who has a handicapped boy, 9 years old, that they adopted when he was 2, and the house wasn't really set up for his handicaps and the support that was needed to allow him to grow older. Originally, the project started with a small ask where they were asking to have access to the backyard, and we were going to put a doorway in. And after looking at the project, we decided they needed much more help. One of our members has a handicapped brother similar to this boy's handicap. Hunter is the name of the boy, and he came over and he says they needed so much more, and so what we did is was designed after this guy's brother and the needs as they age. So the project cost about $60,000. However, the contractors that were involved gave $20,000 of gifts. So the labor and the raw materials to build this garage, so it ended up costing $40,000. And the family tried to do this in 2007, a number of years earlier. However, with the financial crisis, they just did not have the money to expand. So they were really living in a situation that, as you'll learn when you talk to Vicki, she has several hernia operations and things like that. So the story is really a good story, and I'm going to let Vicki tell her story.
My name is Vicki Shelnut, and I have a special needs son who I met at 11 months old, fell in love at first sight, and we started talking about different things, and he started having problems here and there, wheelchair, all these different things. And when we bought our home, we didn't plan on all the challenges. We never planned on having children. And Hunter's been a blessing, but there's no book on Hunter to tell us what to do. So we look at things every day, and I was sitting down with his home nurse from Home Health Care, and we were talking one day, and I said, you know what, I have to get something. At this time, I had just bought to get a new bed for Hunter, and come to find out, the new bed was too big for his room. So for the last year, Hunter had slept in the family room. We had talked about different things that we could do, and I said, you know what, I don't mind him being in here because he's always with us, he's comfortable. I just want to get a way to get him outside on the swing. I called FaithWorks because our nurse, Letha, had given us a number and said, try this organization, try this one, try this one. I called them, they came out. I had a couple guys here. We talked about what I wanted to get him outside. Okay. A week later, so can we come over? I have somebody else to look at this project. You know, a couple times here and there, it was looking at things, and they said, well, we could put a door here, we can do this. And it finally came down to, wait a minute, Vicki, you're really not looking at the big picture, and neither are we. And I said, what am I missing? I want Hunter to be happy. Well, what kind of quality of life is he going to have? And what are you going to do when you get him outside? How are you going to get him, at that time, almost 80 pounds, from the wheelchair to the swing? Well, I didn't think of that. They said, you know what, give us some time. And some time went by, and here I am thinking, you know, I'll text them and say, what's going on, you know, is there anything I can do? No, we got it, we're talking, we're in works. I got a phone call, I believe it was in July, letting me know that the project is on. Can I meet with them for a couple mornings, you know, and kind of consecutive and look at things and make some choices? And I said, okay. You know, here I am thinking, okay, the project's on, what are we going to do? They showed me the blueprints, which I understood. And I said, you're going to do all this on top of my garage? Yeah. We have a vision. It's going to work. North End Builders took it on. FaithWorks took it on. They said, it'll come together. And I said, well, this is when the faith really works, because you gotta trust it. So the guys showed up the first morning, and here I am thinking, okay, we're going to have a few trucks here, and I looked down the road, and it was just to get the roof off the garage, and I had a whole street full of trucks, and school had just started, so the buses were trying to get through. It was kind of comical. Anyway, they started taking the roof down, and I got a, hey Vicki, come here. Well, the window's rotted. Okay, we can do without a window. Okay. Then I got, Vicki, all the wood down there will not support what we're going to do. Okay, what are we going to do now? I'm looking out literally to the sky through my house. And he says, God is good. We are going to build you a new garage. We are going to build the room on top of the garage as planned. This is Hunter's. They started working, and I can't even tell you how many people were in and out of my house. The doors just swung all day and night. Whatever they needed, it was there. Every day we had lunch together. We spoke together, and it was almost like a constant worship service. And it wasn't giving praise to North End Builders or different plumbing companies, electrical companies, or this or that person, but it was because of God and Him making it work. Well, when they got all done, they looked around, they said, okay, we're good. And I looked at him, I said, no, we're great. I mean, I never pictured this to be done this way, all from asking for a door to be accessed. And then I turned around, and Bud was leaving the last day. And I was talking to Bud, and I said, Bud, thank you. And I got all choked up, and he was down at his truck, and I said, I stayed strong the whole week. This took 5 days. 5 days. Tearing down, ground up, everything. And I started tearing, and I said, Bud, I want to thank you. And we started talking, and he says, that deserves a hug, and I lost it. But since then, Hunter's quality of life, they really did look at the big picture. They looked at what we needed, not just what I wanted, but Hunter has his own room. His passion is baseball, and his room is baseball. And we are so thankful for FaithWorks, everything they've done, everything God has done. And all of my boys at night say their prayers, and FaithWorks is every time in their prayers.